Hello there, Tails here. It is what 9 o'clock? 9 o'clock Sunday night. Just got back from a trip to Minnesota visiting my family with Nicole and I, and on the weekend we had some big things happen. And we decided that we were gonna do some crazy motivational challenge. So this video here is kind of the start to tell the story of what's going on, give you guys a clue of what's happening and what I'm doing, and then we'll move on from there. So this one will be a little longer video than the future ones, I'm sure. But let me tell you a little bit about what's been going on the last few weeks and then what we're doing with that. So a couple weeks ago, I was watching a video of a YouTube guy who plays a game called Warhammer 40K. And he and his buddies just started getting into the hobby. They were kind of documenting their dive into this game. And it got stopped because of COVID stuff. But I watched the first episode. I was just really inspired to try this game out. I've played these kind of games before. It's been many, many years. But I was just really inspired by this guy's video. And so I was looking around at the pieces and the rules and stuff like that. And it was just way more expensive than I was willing to invest in right now, with no way to play it. With COVID restrictions, I can't go to a shop and go play with some random people. And I don't have any people around here who would be willing to try it out yet. Maybe in the future. So, I was really motivated to try this game out, but I wasn't really motivated to put the cost into it. We left for my parents' house a couple days ago, and while we were there, I was talking with my family about, this game that I'm really looking to get into, and they were just kind of giving me their feedback on like, oh, bummer, too bad kind of stuff. And I had an epiphany the second night that we were there that if there's a way that I could supplement the pay or like the cost of the game, in order to get, that would take the risk out of trying this game out. Because if I was able to supplement the cost, even if I didn't get a chance to play or I didn't enjoy the game as much, I could at least sell it back and not lose out on too much. But if I did like it, then I was able to take a risk-free avenue into getting into the game. A couple months ago, my wife and I were talking about how, we put on the COVID-19 in this season. We've put on a little bit of weight. And I've been the heaviest I've ever been in my entire life, and I've wanted to change that. And so we kind of meshed these ideas of how could we motivate Miles to do some workout stuff and lose weight and supplement a hobby that he's looking to get into without a dive. So Nicole and I came up with a plan for setting checkpoints for weight loss over however much time it takes to get to a weight that I'm happy with, or that we're both happy with in that way. And along the way, pass along a payout that could get me into this game. So we came up with a plan, just finished it now, decided it would be a fun idea for us to kind of do video updates of the whole thing. Think of it like a vlog. I'm not a video editor or anything like that. Like my first graphic is a piece of paper that I wrote on. But I can give you updates on how things are going on the physical end for my weight loss journey and what I'm trying, as well as the hobby I'm getting into is painting models. So it's not just playing the game itself, it's actually collecting a bunch of models that you assemble and put together and paint them all up, and I've got a pretty long history of doing stuff like that. So I thought that'd be fun to go through the update process along the way. So here's kind of what we're doing then. So I'll show my piece of paper here. This is the plan, right? So I want to lose 50 pounds, which is quite a lot. That'll put me at my day one weigh-in today is I'm at 250 pounds. That's how much I weigh. Embarrassed to say it, but reality is how it is. But if I got down to 200 pounds over however much time, that would be awesome. And so I kind of created this little plan to say, once I lose my first 10 pounds here, I'm going to collect that much, and it's going into this hobby only. It's not to buy nachos. It's good to go into something that will be another healthy outlet for me where I can spend time at home getting this game together, and then I'll have a place to play it when COVID dies down and the shop opens back up. So it's kind of a double win, right? I'm losing weight, that's a healthy thing. Doing something healthy with my time, being home and not risking my exposure rate, and then I have something to do later on. So it's like a win-win-win-win. It's a whole bunch of wins. So it just keeps going down. So my second goal, once I lose 25 pounds total, then I get another payout. I'm halfway there, so we'll celebrate there, and then another 15 pounds beyond that will get me a similar first payout, and then when I reach my goal weight will be the last one. So I know that those numbers look kind of big too. I was in the same boat, but if you look at it over the course of how much time this will take me, it'll be a while. I think a healthy weight loss rate, from what I understand, is somewhere between a pound or two a week is healthy. So, if I'm losing a pound a week, that's going to be almost a year it's going to take me. So I think it's a pretty fair reward system for that. And if I do it faster, then kudos to me. So that's kind of the payout plan on what we're doing and the motivation behind it all. And I thought maybe I'd tell you a little bit about this hobby I've been into too. So many, many years ago, my friends and I played a Lord of the Rings style tabletop game. I have some stuff to show of things that I painted. These were all gray plastic pieces when I got them, and I worked on very hard on every one of these models, and then built this base for them to be set in and display on my shelf. It's kind of diorama stuff. It's really nerdy and goofy, and I get it, but it's something I love to do. Those are finished ones, but over my years, I had a huge army that I never got around to painting, and I didn't get to play anymore. So I just recently, like within the last year, sold everything that I had except for the models I really liked. And now, funnily enough, now I'm like really wanting to get back into it. So the Lord of the Rings one, not very many people play, so I wasn't going to find any people to play that game with anyways. Warhammer 40K is a very, very popular tabletop war game, so I'm going to invest in that because I know I'll find people to play. I've already talked to people at the shop about getting started again once the COVID stuff is over. So what I'm going to do in the meantime, right, so I'm waiting to lose that first 10 pounds, but I want to keep painting and practicing my skill there. So I've got some models that I have saved from my selling. They're all in this egg carton here. So there's probably, 12 models in here, and they're for all sorts of things. There's a few that are just memories from my first army, and others that I think are really awesome models, and I just haven't gotten around to painting yet, and others that I saved because I'll never use them for that game again, but I play some Dungeons & Dragons, so they'd make some good characters for that, so I'll paint them up completely different. I've got one I'm in the middle of. I started this a while ago. It's like some elf mini thing, but I want to do some funky little paint job with it and try a lot of things out. This will give me some practice before I get the actual pieces for the game I'm buying into, and I can work my skill back up to how it was. So the whole point of this whole video then is just kind of fill you in on what I'm doing, and like I said, I'll give you updates. So this first couple of weeks while I'm losing the first 10 pounds, I'm going to paint up some of these old minis that I've held on to, and I'll show them off to you while we go. And then I'm looking to do a weigh-in every week. So I'll put a video out, update for everybody who's watching. And for myself too, I think this will be a fun experiment to see how do I look now and how do I feel now versus how I'll look when I make the goal weight. And the goal is to get to the goal. So that's a cool part about these videos is, for one, me and Nicole can see the progression that happened from today to what it'll be like whenever we get to the goal weight. But also, for anyone who wants to follow along, you can see that progression too and maybe take some tips on what motivation looks like. To put this in words, I guess, my motivation now to get through the hard days or to celebrate a fun day is to go grab a meal out. And one of the things I really got to cut out in order to make this happen is I got to stop eating out. One thing that I'm working through right now is I've started a new job, and it's great and I love it, but I get tired faster than normal, and so I've been sucking down sodas pretty quick, and I really got to cut those out. So I've already got a plan in place for just diet changes, and then I'm looking to start hopping on the treadmill again and see if I can kill some time watching some hobby videos while I'm running. So we'll see how that goes, but I'll adjust as we go. The goal is to get to the goal weight, so I'll do what I can to get it done. So I hope that you'll join me along the ride along the way. Like I said, words of encouragement, the progression, it all makes a big difference. So if you want to jump in with me, great. And if you don't, no big deal. We'll see how it goes. So anyways, there's the story. There's the plan. So day one starts tomorrow. Today is data tracking and getting the plan together. Tomorrow morning, which is, I go to bed in about 2 hours. So in about 2 hours, the day will be over here. Day one starts tomorrow. I'll check in and do like a little vlog thing and let you know how the day went. And then I'm not doing videos every day, but maybe every couple days, at least one a week for a weigh-in, and you can come check it out. So also, if you got a fun name to name this series, go for it. I don't know what to call it. I don't really care that much, but a little bit. So if you got some ideas, let me know. All right. Y'all have a great night. Looking forward to see what's going to happen in the future.